Welcome back to ABC 6. It is time for Making a Difference. All right, so right now is Black History Month. February is a month where we celebrate all the contributions from African Americans all throughout history and in our present day, making changes and making a difference in our communities for the future. And all month long here at ABC 6, we will be doing just that with an exemplary guest from across Rhode Island. Today, we have Rene Payne in studio. Rene, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, Rene is a RISD alum. She is a diversity fellow, and she recently became the first Black woman to be inducted into the Rhode Island Design Hall of Fame. She also founded the Favor Design Company and the Included by Favor LLC and website. That is where you can see examples of some of the work that she has done locally, nationally, but not just that, guys, internationally. An amazing portfolio and resume that you have there. Before we take a look at some of the work that you have, I want to talk a little bit about artists and what it means to be an artist and how artists make a difference. The cultural impact of art. If you would, tell us how you think the images that we see over time shape our memory and cultural experiences.
Well, you know, it's Paul Robeson that says that artists are the gatekeepers of truth. And that is true. You know, it comes from a place that is close to our soul. And we understand the impact that images have in terms of society in general.
And so in the work that you have created, how would you say that you are making a difference here?
Well, hopefully I'm making a difference because not only is it coming from the heart, but it's coming from a place of experience, it's coming from a place of legacy, and it's coming from a place of truth.
Tell us a little bit about the legacy that has shaped the work that you do.
I think the legacy really comes from my upbringing. I am a product of parents of the civil rights movement. And I think knowing that those became before me have really paved a way for the opportunity not only to make a difference, but to create change. And again, I'm grateful again for those that came before me and understanding the sacrifice and again, just the journey that so many had to take in order to make that happen.
Now, one of those who came before you, I understand, is your sister who had a role in integration. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, my sister Cheryl Watkins Sneed, she actually passed 6 years ago and very prominent here in this community. But she was one of the first of 11 to integrate public schools in the country. And again, I think that plight at the time had everything to do as a family of understanding that we're pioneers. It's not about following, it's about being open to making change and making significant change. So that foundation, I think, has really set a path not only for my life, but so many.
So let's talk a little bit about the work that you've done. I know that we have a current project that you guys are working on with Emmett Till.
Yes.
Tell us about that and put into perspective for us the impact that Emmett Till has in history for those who may not be aware.
Yes, the Emmett Till Memory Project is a project that I was approached on through the Emmett Till Interpretive Center in Mississippi. And through a local client that I have by the name of Kim Gowan had made that connection. And the impact of Emmett Till is broad in terms of how civil rights really came to be. We're talking about a young Black male or in age of 14 going down south, whistled at a white woman in the grocery store, and that changed just the whole perspective of where we are as a country.
Treated.
Brutally.
Yes.
Brutally.
And his mother had the casket open there for the world to see, and it catapulted lots of things. That was a key image in the civil rights movement that has been reproduced in several different ways throughout history. And each time that people do that, such as yourself, Rene, it makes us re-enter that conversation about the impact that he had, and it keeps that legacy going. And speaking of legacy, you are a current diversity fellow at RISD, so you are having an impact on the young local students who will be making change in the years to come. Very quickly, we've got to wrap up here, but tell us about the challenge that you would offer to young students who are aspiring to leave their own mark in Black history.
Yeah. I think the key thing is to push through. Continue to stand on those things that you believe, do it with integrity, and know that ultimately you are going to pave the way for others that are to follow. So
very
those
nice.
should be my words.
All right, so very quickly, if you would, tell us about one piece of art that you are most proud of that we can see when we look you up on your pages.
Oh gosh. I think one piece I'm very proud of is the work I've been doing with the Daughters of the Movement. Again, they represent the daughters of civil rights leaders from Harry Belafonte, Malcolm X, Al Sharpton, and many. And I think the piece I did around the quilt for the Daughters of the Movement, connected to the Geese quilters, was my inspiration. Again, it represents legacy, it represents community, it represents honor, it represents even women and how we come together to make a difference. Yeah.
Lots of things, lots of impact that we are seeing right there from Rene Payne, the founder of Included. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. You can check her out. We'll get a link to all of her work on our website for you, and you can catch all of our interviews from this segment on abc6.com. Let's check in with Sassy right now with a quick look at your